y'all, my name is Elizabeth Ewan and welcome to my channel. As always, my focus is on writing worlds, dreaming big, and making every day magical. Today, I'm going to be talking about getting unstuck. If that's something that you're interested in, then just keep watching. Have you been feeling stuck lately? Like no matter what you're doing, you're just kind of stagnant in life? I was there a couple of years ago, especially when I worked in corporate. You guys know that I quit corporate last year. Goodness, March of 2024 was the last time that I worked in corporate. And before that, when I was in corporate, I felt very stuck, like I was chasing somebody else's dreams, and I was feeling stagnant in life to the point where I felt like my own dreams were just kind of slipping through my hands, like slipping through my fingers like sand. And if that resonates with you, if that sounds familiar to you, then this video is definitely for you. Before we dive into the heart of this video, right, about talking about getting unstuck, I want to talk to you guys about what burnout can actually look like. With burnout comes a lot of overwhelm, a lot of autopilot, like you just feel like you're just going through the motions and you're just not motivated to get up in the morning and do your day-to-day life and just live your life to the fullest. You're not feeling that motivation. I feel like when we do feel stuck, we can be very isolated and we can kind of tend to come in on ourselves. And I want you to know, like, you're not alone in that feeling. We all have moments of getting stuck, of feeling stagnant, of getting overwhelmed, of feeling burnout, and you're not alone. And it doesn't mean that you're broken in any way. It just means that it's time for a change. So my personal reset routine whenever I'm feeling a little bit stuck, like let's say that when I'm having a creative lull and I feel like I'm not moving forward on my goals, I tend to take a step back, and the first thing I usually do is I clean my space. You guys know that I have like a daily cleaning routine of anywhere between like 40 minutes to an hour. Sometimes on a busy day, I might only have 10 minutes to clean up my home, and that's okay. But just decluttering and just getting rid of stuff and things that are taking up not only physical space, but also space in your mind as well. So if that's 10 minutes to just do the dishes or like 5 minutes to quickly scrub a bathroom, I strongly recommend cleaning out your space a little bit. I also recommend journaling or like brain dumping. You guys know I love to carry around a little pink notebook, and I do this instead of carrying my phone everywhere to just kind of jot down my thoughts and my feelings and my to-do lists, right? Whatever's in my mind, just get it out on paper and just get it out, because writing it out, journaling it out is very beneficial. I tend to journal midday, just after I've already done a lot of stuff during the day, just kind of to refocus and recenter myself, as well as like if I'm on the fly, let's say I'm like hiking or something and all of a sudden I have an idea, I need to jot it down. I'm just gonna jot it down real quick. And that kind of just helps me just keep moving forward. And even if it's not like a logical thought, right? I just kind of put a bullet point and I just write it down, and that way I can come back to it later and give it a little bit more thought. Or journaling with a purpose, right? So let's say there's an issue that you're working through. Let's say you're having a really, really rough day and you need to figure out kind of your feelings and what's going through your mind. Journaling that out can really help you work through it. And sometimes what I do is when I'm journaling, it'll be like I'm talking to my best friend. Like, what would I say to my best friend if she was going through something similar? And how would I talk to her? I wouldn't beat her up. I wouldn't talk negative to her. I would tell her that, hey, I'm here for you. I'm in full support. We are going to figure this out together. And I have the confidence in you that you can come up with a solution that's going to work for yourself. And so that's really key. I also recommend like going for a walk. Like getting outside is such a huge step to just getting unstuck and getting rid of that stagnant energy that is clogging you down, like that's just bringing you down. And I mentioned it in my previous like digital detox video that again, I like to leave my phone in my office because I only like to use my phone if I'm like working, like during my work hours, when I'm planning on creating content and things like that. And so putting your phone down away from you and just getting outside, go get some sunshine and just see some trees, like see some greenery. If you can go outside and just touch grass, it will do wonders for your mental health. I'm not talking like hours and hours and hours outside. I'm talking like even just like 5 minutes outside will do you wonders for just getting outside and getting away from that feeling of being stuck. More on my digital detox, I recommend unplugging for like a day if you can. Sometimes it's not possible. Sometimes you work a job that demands that you have your phone on you at all times. I know that I used to work a job. I was a social media manager for tech companies, and I used to have my phone on me all the stinking time, all the time. And so what I used to do back then and what I still do is like on Sundays, shut your phone off and just leave it in a room and just walk away from it. Walk away from all of that technology that is just bogging you down. Because then you tap into boredom with no longer being distracted through like doom scrolling or like it doesn't even have to be doom scrolling. Like let's say that there's entertainment happening on your phone, getting away from all of that stimulation, because these apps are literally designed to keep you hooked for like hours and hours and hours. That's the purpose of them, because then that means more ad revenue. It's a whole system to completely keep you contained, to keep your attention on that specific app. And so unplugging completely and just completely stepping away is so good for your mental health and will definitely help you get completely unstuck. And that tapping into that boredom is going to fuel your creativity. So that way you can focus more on creating rather than consuming. I really recommend that you guys do your own version of a reset, whatever that might look for you. Like, let's say that maybe it's not possible to like leave your phone in another room all day. I get it. It's totally fine. But what might that look for you? Is that putting your phone away earlier in the evening, so that way you're not scrolling on social media late at night? Or is it, I'm not going to pick up my phone until 7 a.m. so that way I can focus on whatever creative things that fuel you, whether that's baking, whether that's knitting, whatever it is, whatever your calling is, like go and do that until like 7 a.m. and then you can pick up your phone and like scroll if you want. I think it's important when we're talking about getting unstuck to kind of go through a series of questions that you can journal about, that you can think about, that you can meditate on. And these questions will really help you dive into the heart of the matter. So I recommend going through and asking yourself, what is draining you right now in this moment? What is taking away from you? What is not fueling you anymore? What is taking up so much mind space that you feel stuck? And then moving from that, what is something that brings you joy? Like go back to your childhood and think, what brought you joy when you were a kid? Was it going outside and playing tag with your friends? In my case, it was storytelling. I always loved storytelling and reading books. Those were my things. That was something that brought me joy. Or drawing. Maybe drawing is something that brings you joy. What brings you joy? Go back to childhood and think, what brings you joy? And then this one's kind of a tough one, and this might take a little bit more time for you guys to kind of process through, but in 6 months, right, if nothing changed, what would happen? How would you feel 6 months from now and nothing has changed? And that question drove me to quit my corporate job because I was not happy in my corporate career. I am extremely grateful for the experience of working corporate because all of those tools that I had kind of helped fuel my current career. They helped me grow as an individual. But then I got to a point where I remembered who I was and what I needed to chase after. And it wasn't somebody else's dreams, it was my own. It was my own dreams that I needed to chase after. And so I sat down and I was like, all right, what's going to happen 6 months from now if I'm still working in corporate? What's going to happen? I am not going to live my dream of being a writer. I'm not going to live my dream of being a stay-at-home mom to be present for my children. And I'm going to be unhappy. So I quit. Not everybody is as fortunate as I am to just be able to up and quit corporate. And I'm not encouraging you to up and quit corporate either. Like, if you're perfectly happy working corporate, I'm really happy for you. Like, that's fantastic. I know a lot of my friends are very happy working their corporate careers and they're kicking butt in the workplace, honestly. But they themselves ask that question of, how can I move forward? What needs to change now so that way I can be happier in 6 months? I also want to remind you, like, know that you're not falling behind. Life is not a competition. It's not a race. It's a journey, and it's one that you are going on alone. It is your journey completely. So you're not behind. You're not failing. You're just human. We're all just human. So I want you to kind of reflect. I want you to take what I said and think through it. And I want you to think through what your reset habits and what your reset routine might look like. And leave a comment below and let me know, because I'm more than happy to like work through this with you guys, because it's something that I'm passionate about. So that's all for me. Thank you guys so very much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. Bye, y'all.